You know what? Yeah, I'm playing some games at the moment. I do my gaming channel, but I'm a die-hard Arsenal fan, and I just want to obviously just go into here. Obviously, I'm just gaming. I get my camera next week, so I'm actually gonna start making my real. Well, basically, I'm just gonna be bringing you whole like videos over the season, going to games, etc. as well, and just literally, I want to vlog as much as Arsenal as I can. I've been a die-hard Arsenal fan since I was 3 years old, and I watch the games, and I just want to give you my perspective on anything. We've just signed Calafiori, and I've been watching a lot of people speak on him. Yes, he's had a great season at Bologna. I only watched about 3 or 4 games of him in Bologna, but obviously, like everybody else, the guru that and watches their content or just clips on YouTube or just any clips in general, just obviously thinks and they know why the manager's bought him. The one thing that I took away from the press conference that Arteta has actually spoke about, though, is that they've been tracking this player since last year, January. So he's not just a random person that Arsenal have. And this is what I like about Arsenal as well. They keep it very under wraps when it comes to players. And the fact that obviously he's been fed the project and just wanted to choose Arsenal over any other club, I like that because it just shows their passion that they want to actually play for our club. I don't want to be going out for players that don't want to play for the club. I don't want egos in the club. I want a unity in a club. And you know what? In the last 2 years, I've been an Arsenal fan since the golden era. I've been to parades where obviously I've seen my team actually win it when I was young, and we've had a couple of people that have upset the dressing room. Big egos coming in and basically disrupting it. We've had a painful couple of years at Arsenal, and it's starting to get back into that spectrum where it's actually a unity and family between fan base and actual the players as well. They actually care, and I like that. I like that. The hunger and the passion from both sides are actually, in some senses, having a unity. I don't like the channels that want to bring divide or use disrupt or basically just conflict to make content. I'm not going to be bringing that on my channel. I can't be bothered with that. But yeah, you will get a rant from me because I'm just a very passionate. I want to win. That's how it goes. Now, if we lose games but we gave it our all, that's I can totally accept that, and I will give criticism across any player that's in my squad. But at the moment, there's a unity between the team and a passion and a drive and a determination that they actually want to do something. And for the last 2 years, I've never stepped foot in the Emirates and saw it that clear, where there's actually unity. There's been a really weird sensation and a really weird vibe, and there's been fans that argue against fans, and I don't want that, so I'm actually loving it. But yeah, we've been in for Calafiori since January, which I like. So he's obviously been scouted. I am sad to see Emil Smith Rowe go as well, because I feel like there's players that are in our team at the moment that should be gone way before him. Eddie Nketiah. I like him, and obviously he's come through the youth academy. But to see Emil Smith Rowe go out the door before him is sad. Reece Nelson. I feel Reece Nelson is a great player, and Eddie and Katie are both good players, by the way. I'm not dogging any of our youth that come through our academy, because that's not me. I actually like it. Like, at the moment, we're seeing Lewis Skelly and obviously and Wari as well, Ethan coming through, and they're just basically, even Salah, he's coming through as well. And I see, and his brother as well, and even Heaven. And Hine, like they've stepped up in pre-season where we've not had senior players there. They've actually shown growth. So I'm all about Project Youth and or letting these people integrate, and if they're good enough to actually get through, um, basically playing in the first team. I'm all about that, which I hope that they do get some minutes this season, especially if we don't actually bring in many additions. I want to see these people thrive. The passion and desires there. I feel that we do need a left centre mid. So basically, for me, what I'm trying to think about is that you've got Odegaard, but then it's similar to how Rice played with Souček in West Ham, where he played in a double pivot and was able to bomb forward sometimes, and then Souček was basically able to defend, and then we have that on our left centre mid side, which would actually balance out that left wing side. So where Trossard's coming in there and he plays in there, I don't personally like Trossard out in the wing. I prefer him central, but obviously he inverts and into that midfield and becomes more central anyway. But I feel like it would actually boost Martinelli's ability as well. He's been hung out to dry. So everybody that basically is slagging him off and being negative on Martinelli, for me, I don't really like that because I feel like if he had the perfect balance, which Saka has, he has Odegaard and Ben White on that right side, so he has that system, so he's allowed to have that freedom and like has a great person overlapping him, giving him space, having people passing to him. I feel like Martinelli, since Xhaka's gone now, Martinelli doesn't have that balance. And Havertz, we've obviously tried to play him in that position. He's not a midfielder. His best talent is to go up and play up front. But the positions that I think we need is left centre mid. We've got the left back now, which Calaflori comes in, which is, and we've also got Timber that can play in that position as well, and even Kivior can play in that position, and Zinchenko, and we've got alternated centre backs in them positions as well that Timber can play, and obviously Calaflori can play there, and I feel like that's a really good balance on that side now. But that left centre mid position for me it needs to be addressed, and I feel like we do need that striker. I know that in pre-season that Jesus has looked a bit sharper. It's just, I don't know, like, if we're not going to buy a winger and we get a striker, then Jesus can play on right wing and rotate with Saka, and he can play there because he's played there for Man City before. I feel that gives us options. I feel on the left wing position, once we balance it out with the left centre mid, we'll be totally fine. And obviously, if you're gonna have to get one or the other. You're either gonna get an out-and-out striker that's actually gonna put goals into our team, which we didn't struggle with last season, but just that extra, that little bit, salt and pepper or peri-peri that you put on them chips, or just that sauce when you season it and you just think, you know what, you marinated it for like 14 hours and you think to yourself, bang, this actually tastes good now. We need that extra bit. Whether it be a winger that basically can play on both wings and release Saka up, so obviously he doesn't have so much tension, and then also inject some pace and a different avenue on the left, or we get that striker and that left centre mid that actually offers balance for our wingers if we're going to play them in that position on that left wing. Because for me, it's too predictable. Everything is coming down on the right. And you know what? I would actually pick up Saka for this, because you know what? Even though the balls are coming down on the right, and it did dry up towards maybe the end of the season with Saka's contributions, goals and assists, still very good output. But having that threat on the left and the right makes us unpredictable. So if you're going to literally put the left centre mid and add a striker, they don't know where it's coming from. Because I've noticed that basically a lot of players invert, a lot of the system changes, and it makes us a threat in every single position of the part. Teams won't know how to actually break us down. And the low block, why we signed Calaflori, is if he can adapt to the Premier League and hit the ground running, I like the fact that him and Timber pick up the ball, invert into midfield, and as soon as they grab the ball, they don't really want to pass it back. They pass it back for a safe option, but they do want to turn get on the front foot. I like that. Given that left centre mid, if we get that, then that offers us so much more because these players can invert and they know that they've got that double pivot. And Martin Odegaard has that freedom. Martin Odegaard, he can drop deep. But if Rice is actually accompanied by a partner in that left centre mid position, Martin Odegaard doesn't really have to drop deep like that anymore. Or if he drops deep, then these two players, other players can interchange. But it just offers us more security in front of our back line, a little bit of unpredictableness in the midfield going forward as well, because they can interchange whether they're doing their defensive duties or going forward as a box-to-box players. Martin Odegaard can drop deep and let these other two players just be like in the build-up as well. So it allows him to do a little bit more creative aspect around the whole pitch, which he always does anyway. But then the left wing is going to be loving it. So Martinelli is going to have... I reckon Martinelli's going to have a really good season this season. I really do. And if we just add that little extra to our team as well, then I feel like it could be special. It could be a special season for us. Like Man City, I'm never going to say that Man City's never got a chance. And I feel like other teams will definitely get stronger as well. But I just feel like I've got a little bit more confidence in my my team this season. A lot more confidence. But yeah, I'm going to be changing. I'm going to be obviously doing my 2 channels. I'm going to pull away from this one and make a new Arsenal channel. But I feel like we need a striker or a winger that can play on left wing, right wing. Left centre mid has to be filled. We need a quality left centre mid, in my opinion. And I think we don't need any more defence now. Defence is locked. We've got that. It's good. Now let's build on the midfield. Because we've got a good spine, but it's just that left centre mid position for me is key. I think the next signing needs to be a left centre mid. And then the next signing after that is either a winger or a striker. It has to be. And then just whatever you need to do, if you do bring anybody in for a loan or something, just to add depth, then be it. But I think we do need a little bit more outgoings. I think I like Reece Nelson and I love Eddie Nketiah as well. I just think that they've not had major impacts, and people could say that they've not had minutes. Eddie Nketiah has had minutes. He's had a hell of a lot of minutes, and he's weighing that shirt, that 14 is that weight. That's only, King Henry is the only one to wear that shirt and make it special. And people, I don't think it's minutes because he's had an injection in the team and he's just not really made a significant impact. And I don't think his hold-up play is that great. But yeah, we move. But I'm expecting big things from Arsenal this season. We need silverware as well. So we need to fix what we're going to fix, move forward. I'm loving the unity now. And I'm happy to be an Arsenal fan again. Always happy to be an Arsenal fan anyway, but it feels a little bit more special, like old times. But anyway, yep. I'm out. This is MDZ Games. And I'm out. And MDArsenal TV. It's a peace.